Hello friends, good afternoon. Today I am going to show a very useful module from Odoo Community Association. So the module which I am going to explore will give kind of liberty for us to create a kind of validation for our purchase work acceptance. So the module name itself is purchase work acceptance, and it can create a purchase work acceptance on PO receipt as well as in invoice to validate whether the purchase is accepted or not. So to jumpstart, how exactly one can use this module to create a kind of control point. So this is not a QC, but it creates a control point during your purchase order journey and you ask someone to validate. Because normally in cases like if we are purchasing any services, so let's say if we have a service type product, let's say AC service, how you as a person can create a purchase and ask some validation like whether the service has been done or not. Okay, so when I am creating any service over here from our vendor AC service, that is my vendor, and I am using AC services and I want to do maybe three services, 1,000 rupees each for my AC. Okay, so what happens now when I confirm the order? How can I see that it is accepted the services by our staff? So here, after installing the work acceptance module, you will find a create work order acceptance button, and then you can create three separate work order acceptance per AC over here. Like I can mention AC1 service, and then I can define a due date, by what date I can expect the service to be done. Then what I will do, I will create another work order acceptance like AC2, and then maybe tomorrow I am creating that. So two work order acceptance, and then I am creating another one like AC3, which can be due by here. Okay, so there are two particular order, AC1 service, AC, let's say this AC2 service. Okay, here I am modifying to one quantity, and then I am creating another work like AC3 service and the last one unit. Okay, so three work order acceptance has been created over here. So in my purchase order, I will have three work order acceptance. Everything is in draft and I can see the one single purchase order over here. Okay, so over here now I have a master of work center acceptance. Okay, over here, and I can assign the responsible person who is going to verify that it is received or not. Now before that, let's jump to a nice configuration also. So here the work acceptance is giving a validation based on like enable on good receipt or enforce the good receipt also, and then enable work order acceptance on vendor bill and enforce it. So what happens is enabling will only enable that, but enforcement, it will not allow to create a vendor bill unless and until I am done with my services. So let's say if I'm mentioning anything, there is nothing to receive over here, accepted, I can't change. And if I am creating any vendor bill, it will stop me over here only. Like I have to attach the work acceptance. Without that, I cannot create a vendor bill. Okay. So over here now, I will go to the number one, which is 6 number, and I say like, okay, received it, and I accept this, and I have to mention like it is done, let's say tomorrow. Okay, so work order one, number 6 over here for one like AC1 service, I am done with that. Okay, so over here you can see one service quantity is accepted. And then if I am creating vendor bill, then I can attach this work order acceptance, which is now validated. That only allow me to create a vendor bill for that quantity only. So this is the use case where you can create the work acceptance and validate, then only allow you to create the bill. So this is one type of execution we can see. Now let's say the same can be applied to a physical good also. Yeah, I'm not running any QC, but if I am creating, let's say my product, like Pro 1, I don't have, let me create product 1 and it's a physical goods. Okay. And then I am creating a purchase order for my physical good. So vendor 2, I am creating, let's say product 1, I am buying 4 quantity, 800 each. And I confirm the order. Now, before receiving product, I want to create a work acceptance plan. So let's say I am creating like for 2 units, I am expecting, due date, and then rest 2 units, I can say this. So 2 work acceptance has been created and 1 receipt has been created. Now let's say what I am doing, I am trying to validate this. It will not allow me unless and until I am accepting the work acceptance form. So this is the another validation we can keep on physical products. So what I have to do, I have to go physically over there, and let's say if I am accepting 1 or 2, so I accept 2, like 2 units accepted, or anything you can mention over here, and accept it. And I can say like today at this moment I am accepting. And then in receipt, now what I will do, I can receive 2 units because that is accepted, and I can punch here the work order acceptance number 10 where I have actually received 2 and I validate, and rest will go into back order. So this is how you can have a work acceptance validation on physical product also. And then when you create bill, you can attach the same thing and it will allow you to create the bill for 2 units. So this is how you can now make sure like work, whether it's service or physical product, you can create a work acceptance using this particular module from OCA, which is available for free and it is available for version 18. So go ahead and create a work acceptance for services and goods and put your validation on receipt of physical goods and on vendor bill also to safeguard entire journey of receiving the service and validated by your own designated person from OCA module. I will put the OCA purchase workflow GitHub link so you can download, you can configure and start using for Odoo version 18. If you have any question, do reach me out on LinkedIn, YouTube or email. Have a nice day.